guys, it's John here for another ramblings story video. Anyway, this is quite personal to me and it's going to sound a bit out there to some of you, and I make no apologies for that. It is what it is. Either you believe it or you don't, it really doesn't matter to me. But anyway, it's not something I've told many people, and here I am telling the world. So anyway, it started 1984. I joined a religious cult, really. I don't really call them a cult. They had a certain name, but I'm not going to repeat it because I'm not going to disrespect them, because they were lovely people, and I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I joined this religious thing then, and I was very mucked up because 2 years before I'd watched my mother died in front of me, so I wasn't really in probably a sound frame of mind. And anyway, I joined it, and in all fairness, it was fine. It just brought me a lot of peace in my life. And in all fairness to it, before I joined it, I used to be petrified of dying, and after I joined it, I wasn't petrified no more. I did not frightened of death anymore, not at all. But anyway, in the last 6 months of the religion, I was with them, I think about 10 months, 11 months altogether. Say about the last 6 months, I started to get into it quite deep, and I noticed I would withdraw from people around me, social things. I wouldn't talk to people. Basically, sort of withdrawn into my own world. And while this was going on, I started hallucinating, seeing demonic things, seeing, I don't know, just, I blocked out a lot of it already, so I can't really say too much, but I just was seeing things like that. And in later years, when I look back on it, read about people on LSD and stuff like that, some of the hallucinations I was having were quite similar to the effects of LSD, even though I've never actually taken LSD to compare it. I'm just saying, but I was hallucinating loads. So it came to a point eventually that I thought I need to get out of it, because for my own sanity, it was nothing to do with the people that I was involved in, religion. It was nothing to do with that. It was just me, my personality. I'd been through quite a traumatic event, as I said a few years before, and I just went into it too deep, too far. And anyway, when I was sort of leaving this, when this withdrawing from this religion, because it was happened over a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, I started having dreams, visions, whatever. I can't remember if I was awake or asleep. I don't remember, because I was so mixed up at the time. One particular dream I had was I was in this building, and there was a sign on the door, but I couldn't see the end of the sign. It said "The man who fell to," and I couldn't see the last word. And this person ushered me into this room, and there were all these kids with what we now would call VR kits on their faces, all in their own worlds. It was all computer games and console games and stuff like that, which we see every day now, but this was 1985 then, and there was nothing like that around then. And it was really strange. It was just like the kids were just completely oblivious to me. They didn't know I was there. They were all in their own worlds, which is pretty much what kids are like these days, or what people are like, with their mobile phones. They look at their mobile phones and at the dinner table, and they don't speak to the person next to them. It's very sad. And so I remember this dream really well. There were other incidents as well. I had visions about the future. A lot of the stuff I can't remember now, but I had loads of them. I wish I could remember more. I should have written them down, but it freaked me out a bit, Yeah, I think that's as far as I think I can go on this. I don't want to bring it back, because of where I was. I don't want to go back to the place I was in my mind back then. So I'm sorry, that's as far as I'm going to go. I was planning to share a lot more than I have, but this is probably where I'm going to draw the line. So anyway, and I will say another thing. When I was coming out of this religion, what helped me is the fact that I met up again with Julian after a few years that I hadn't seen him, and we started going out on the beer, him and our mate Alan. Put on a beer for the next 5 years, most weekends, so that helped me sort myself out. But anyway, so until next time, bye for now.